Betrayal cuts deep. You feel it, don't you? That cold, hollow emptiness. That feeling like a dagger was just twisted in your back by someone you trusted. It burns, it stings, and it leaves a scar that's hard to forget. But here's the truth. The truth you don't want to hear. It doesn't matter. You want to know why? Because betrayal is inevitable. It's not some rare, unbelievable event. It's part of the game. And if you're weak, you'll let it destroy you. If you're strong, you'll use it. Use it to fuel the fire that's been smoldering in you. Use it to rise, to destroy, and to rebuild what was shattered. Now listen closely. You're not a victim. Stop crying about it. Stop wallowing in your own pity. Your pain, your betrayal, none of it defines you unless you let it. You think that betrayal makes you a broken person? No, what makes you broken is how you handle it. Warriors don't cry about wounds. They fight through them. They don't hang on to the past like it's some trophy. They burn it. They turn the pain into power. People will tell you to move on, to forgive, to heal. But what they won't tell you is that healing is a choice, and it's a choice only you can make. You have to decide. Are you going to keep playing the victim role? Are you going to let someone else control your story? Or are you going to stand tall, face the world and say, I'm not broken. I'm a weapon, forged in fire, ready for anything. You're not some fragile thing that shatters every time life gets hard. You want to know what makes a warrior? It's how they respond when the world knocks them down. When betrayal comes, when they've been left for dead, they don't stay down. They get up, stronger, sharper, ready to cut through anything that dares to challenge them. So enough of the self-pity, enough of the excuses. This is your moment to take control. This is your moment to turn betrayal into your fuel. The past doesn't own you unless you let it. You hold the power. You decide how the story goes from here. Stop letting betrayal control your life, because if you do, you'll stay stuck in that pain forever. And that's not who you are. You're not a victim. You're a warrior. And warriors don't crumble under pressure. They break the world that tried to break them. You think betrayal was the real blow, don't you? You think it's the people who sold you out, who turned their back on you, that caused this pain. But I'm here to tell you something you don't want to hear. You want to know the cold, hard truth. You were weak. And that's why they betrayed you. They saw it. They smelt it. Weakness is like blood in the water. It attracts sharks. It invites betrayal. People don't just turn on you out of nowhere. They see the cracks. They see the hesitation in your eyes, and they prey on it. Weakness doesn't just sit there waiting for betrayal. It invites it. It calls for it. And that's exactly what happened. So let's cut the crap right now. You've been lying to yourself for far too long. You thought they were the problem. You thought that somehow you were just unlucky, that this was just a terrible stroke of fate. But that's not the truth. The truth is much harsher. You were too soft. You didn't set boundaries. You didn't demand respect. You didn't command your space in this world. Instead, you let people walk all over you, and when they turned on you, you were too weak to see it coming. But here's the thing. Weakness is a choice. Every single time you let someone disrespect you, you were choosing weakness. Every time you let fear stop you, you were choosing weakness. Every time you didn't speak up for yourself, didn't take action when you knew you should have, you were choosing weakness. And guess what? The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about how good your intentions were. The world only respects strength. And if you can't show up strong, people will use you. They will use your weakness to get ahead, to tear you down, and they will laugh while doing it. You have to understand something vital. People will always take advantage of weakness. They'll exploit it until there's nothing left of you. And if you keep allowing it, if you keep staying in this comfort zone of weakness. It's not just them that's hurting you, it's you. You allowed this. You let it happen, and now you're paying the price. The worst part is, you knew this. Deep down, you knew. You saw the signs, you felt the discomfort, but you ignored it. Maybe it was easier to pretend that they were the problem. Maybe it was easier to blame the world for your misfortune. But now you have to face the truth. You were complicit in your own downfall. You gave people the power to hurt you, and now you're paying the price. That's not on them. That's on you. But listen to me, this isn't some call for you to feel bad for yourself. This is your wake-up call. The truth is brutal, but it's necessary. Because you will never rise if you're afraid to confront your own weaknesses. No one will ever respect you if you keep hiding behind your excuses, your fears, and your self-doubt. You are the problem. You are the solution. It's time to stop running from yourself, from the truth. You want to change? You have to stop being afraid of facing the darkest parts of you. Only then will you have the strength to conquer the world. So accept this harsh truth. You are weak, and that's why they betrayed you. But here's the thing. This doesn't have to be the end. This could be the beginning of something else. The beginning of your transformation. You can either continue down this path of weakness, or you can rise. And when you rise, they won't be able to touch you again. Because strength is what they'll see. Power is what they'll fear. And when they try to take advantage of you again, they'll find out you're not someone they can push around anymore. You have a choice right now. Either keep playing the victim, or stand up and fight like you were always meant to. It's time to stop hiding from the truth. The betrayal wasn't the end, it was the test. And now, you're about to face the real fight. The fight to reclaim your strength, your power, and your life. The question is, are you going to keep being weak, or are you finally going to rise? You've been told all your life that the world is against you, haven't you? That life is just one big obstacle after another, that people are just out to get you. You've probably blamed everyone and everything. Your friends, your family, your boss, your past, your bad luck. You've convinced yourself that they were the problem. But listen up, I'm about to drop the truth on you. The real reason you've been stuck, why nothing ever seems to go right, why you can't break through, you've been your own worst enemy. You are the one standing in your own way. It's not the world, it's not fate, it's not some cosmic force that's holding you down. It's you. You're the one making excuses. You're the one afraid to take risks. You're the one avoiding the uncomfortable, staying in your little safe bubble. And you want to know why? Because deep down, you don't believe in yourself. You don't think you're strong enough, capable enough, worthy enough to have the life you want. And guess what? That's exactly why you've been stuck. Your mind is your prison, and you've locked yourself inside. You let fear dictate your every move. You let self-doubt eat away at your ambition. You let laziness and complacency be your masters. And now, you're paying the price. Every single time you avoided the hard work. Every time you ignored your potential. Every time you made an excuse instead of taking action. You dug yourself deeper into the hole you're in. You've been sabotaging yourself without even realizing it. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to stay that way. You are the one who can change this. You're the one who can break the cycle of weakness, fear, and self-sabotage. But you need to face the fact that the enemy isn't out there in the world, it's inside you. You're the one who's been holding yourself back. You're the one who's been afraid of your own potential. And now you have to make a decision. Are you going to keep being your own worst enemy, or are you going to step up and become your own greatest ally? Let me be clear. The only thing standing between you and everything you want in life is yourself. Your habits, your fears, your self-imposed limitations, they're the chains that are holding you down. You've been telling yourself stories, making excuses, refusing to do the hard work, and all it's done is keep you stuck. But the truth is, you have the power to break free at any moment. The only thing you need to do is stop letting yourself be weak. It's time to wake up. It's time to stop being a victim of your own mind. It's time to stop letting your fears control your actions. You've been waiting for a miracle, for some external force to come save you. But here's the truth. You are the miracle. The power is within you. It always has been. The only thing stopping you is your own refusal to embrace it. The hardest part is not the world. It's not other people. It's you. You're the one holding on to old beliefs, old habits, old patterns that keep you small. You're the one who's afraid to face your true potential, because that means confronting the fear of failure, of success, of change. But let me tell you something right now. Fear is your enemy. Fear is the thing that keeps you chained to your old, weak self. And if you ever want to break free, if you ever want to become the person you were meant to be, you have to destroy that fear. You have to stare it down, laugh in its face, and step into your power. This is the moment where you stop running from yourself. This is the moment where you look in the mirror and realize that the only person who's been stopping you is you. You. The moment you stop making excuses, the moment you stop hiding behind your fears and self-doubt, is the moment you start to unlock your true potential. You've been playing small for too long. You've been holding yourself back because it's comfortable, because it's easy. But now, you need to ask yourself, are you ready to stop being your own worst enemy? Because the truth is, if you keep letting your fear, your laziness, your self-doubt rule you, you will never rise. You will never break free. But if you decide to take control, if you decide to crush those excuses and face your fears head on, you will unleash something unstoppable. You will become a force of nature, untouched by doubt, untethered by fear, and unshakable in your pursuit of greatness. You have the power to transform your life. You've always had it. The question is, will you keep being your own worst enemy? Or will you step into the warrior you were always meant to be? The choice is yours. It's time for you to stop wallowing in the past. Time for you to stop blaming everyone else for your misery. Do you know what the real problem is? You've been clinging to your victimhood like it's a crutch, like it's a shield that protects you from the world. You've been using your past mistakes, your failures, and your betrayals as an excuse to stay small, to stay weak. You've been playing the victim for far too long, and you know what? Victims don't win. You've been stuck in a cycle of excuses, telling yourself that you can't move forward because of what others did to you, because of the life you've had, because things haven't been fair. But here's the thing. You can keep blaming the world, or you can start taking ownership of your life. The second you stop playing the victim is the second you unlock your true power. No one owes you anything. No one is coming to save you, and if you keep sitting around waiting for someone to throw you a lifeline, you're gonna drown in your own weakness. If you ever want to break through, if you want to achieve something beyond your wildest dreams, you have to reject this mindset. You have to stop thinking like a victim. Now I know you've been hurt. I know people have betrayed you, taken advantage of you, and let you down in ways that scar. I know life has thrown punches at you that have left you bruised. But here's the thing, those punches don't define you unless you let them. The world doesn't care how many times you've been knocked down. What matters is how many times you get up, how many times you refuse to stay on the ground. You're not some fragile thing that shatters when life gets tough. No, you're a force of nature, a being forged through fire and struggle. You just have to choose to rise. You have to choose to rise above your pain, above your suffering, above the self-pity you've been wallowing in. Here's the truth. Pain is universal. Everyone goes through it. Betrayal? It's part of life. Struggle? It's a guarantee. Everyone has a story. Everyone has scars. But what separates the winners from the losers, the warriors from the weak, is how they respond to that pain. You're not going to win by staying in the past, by reliving every betrayal, every hurt. It's not how you grow. You grow by using that pain as fuel, by transforming it into something more powerful than you can even imagine. The moment you decide that your pain won't define you, that your past won't control your future, that's the moment you step into your true strength. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Your story isn't over yet, but you are the one who gets to write the next chapter. Understand this now. You have been playing small because you've been too afraid to take control, too afraid to stop letting the past determine your future. But fear is the enemy. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what might happen next. It's all just smoke and mirrors designed to keep you stuck, to keep you in the same spot you've been for too long. You have to choose to destroy that fear, to destroy the chains of victimhood and take control of your destiny. You want to rise. You want to become the person you were always meant to be, then you need to stop being afraid of your own power. Stop being afraid of success. Stop being afraid of the work it's going to take. Because once you make that choice to rise, once you step into your power, nothing will be able to stop you. There's no more waiting for permission, no more holding on to the past, no more excuses. You must rise or stay buried under the weight of your own inaction. The world doesn't care about your struggles. The world only cares about results. If you want to change your life, you have to start taking action. You have to start refusing to accept anything less than your best. So I ask you again, are you ready to reject your victimhood? Are you ready to stop letting the world's cruelty dictate your actions? You must choose to rise. Because the moment you do, the world will bend to your will. The moment you stop being a victim is the moment you become a conqueror. It's time. You are more than your pain. You are more than the betrayals. You are a warrior, and warriors rise. You've decided that enough is enough, that you are no longer going to be a victim of your past or your fears. The transformation is already happening. You've felt it, haven't you? The shift inside you, the fire. It's starting to burn brighter, fiercer. You're beginning to realize what you've been blind to all this time. You are the weapon. You are the one who can either destroy everything in your path or build a life that nobody could ever take from you. But don't get it twisted, being a weapon isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being unfazed. It's about knowing that life will hit you, it will knock you down, it will test you in ways you can't even imagine, and you will still stand tall, because you're not just surviving anymore. You're thriving in the face of it all. You are so much more than what you've allowed yourself to believe. You are built from the very essence of the storm itself. You are the storm. People will try to break you. Life will throw challenges your way. Betrayals will come again, because that's what the world does. It tests you. It forces you to decide whether you'll bow down or rise up. And now, with the power you've unlocked, the truth is, nothing can stop you. Nothing. You are no longer a product of your environment. You are no longer a bystander. You've stepped into your full potential, and that means you are the one who decides how the story unfolds. Your mindset is unshakable. Your resolve is steel, and the world, it's nothing but a battlefield, and you are the warrior who's been born to conquer it. Look at the life you've been living. All those times you thought you were stuck. All those times you told yourself you couldn't break free. All those moments where you felt like you had no power. Do you see it now? Those were choices. You chose to believe that you were weak. You chose to accept defeat, but that was before. Now you've made a different choice. Now you've chosen to fight back. You've chosen to wake up and take control of your life, to never back down again. You've chosen to face every challenge head-on, knowing that you are the weapon in this fight, and nothing can break you unless you allow it. There is a power inside you, and it's time to unleash it. The more you step into it, the stronger you become. You're like a soldier who's been through the worst of battles, who's walked through fire, who's seen the darkest corners of life and survived. And now, you're more than a survivor. You're a force that cannot be stopped. You're a machine that doesn't break, no matter how hard life tries to crush you. Your mindset is invincible. You can no longer be knocked off your path. You no longer worry about failure, rejection, or any of the nonsense that used to hold you back. Because you now know that failure is just another lesson, and rejection is simply the world clearing the path for you. Every time life pushes you down, it's an opportunity to rise again, stronger, smarter, more powerful than before. You are the weapon, and the world is the target. This is the moment where you realize that you're unstoppable. You can't be broken. You can't be destroyed. Every obstacle that comes your way is just another test, another chance to prove to the world that you are an unshakable force of nature. Nothing can touch you because you've learned to turn every challenge into fuel, to turn every attack into strength. You are no longer afraid of pain. You welcome it. You embrace it. You use it to sharpen yourself, to mold yourself into something that cannot be stopped. Pain is your power. It's the very thing that will keep pushing you forward when others give up. Pain doesn't break you, it forges you. The more you push yourself, the stronger you become. The more you refuse to back down, the more unstoppable you become. You've unlocked the truth, and now you are ready to take on the world. You are the weapon. You are the unstoppable force that can't be stopped, can't be broken, and can't be defeated. There is no limit to what you can achieve. No obstacle too large, no setback too great. You are the weapon. You are the storm. And when the dust settles, when everything else has fallen, you will remain standing, unshaken, unbroken. You are the one who decides how the world bows down to you. So go ahead. Make the world fear you. Make the people who doubted you wish they never crossed your path. You are the weapon, and nothing can break you. There is no more time for soft words, no more time for hesitation. This is it. You've made the choice. Rise or stay weak. There is no in-between, no middle ground. If you're waiting for the world to hand you something, if you're waiting for the right moment, you'll be waiting forever. The clock is ticking, and life doesn't wait for anyone. You either rise to meet it or you fall victim to it. You've heard everything you need to hear. There's no more sugarcoating the truth. You've been given the facts. You are the only one standing in your way. Every excuse, every reason you've been holding on to for why you can't succeed, for why you've been stuck in this rut, it's all bullshit. You've been lying to yourself. And now, you either stop living in denial or you stay trapped in the same cycle forever. You think you don't have what it takes? You think you're not strong enough, not smart enough, not tough enough? You're wrong. You have everything you need. You just haven't tapped into it. You've been wasting your potential, wasting your power because you've been too afraid to face the truth. But there's no running from it anymore. It's time to step up or stay weak. You don't get to have both. This is where you make the decision. Will you rise, or will you crumble under the weight of your own weakness? Will you step into your power and claim everything that's rightfully yours? Or will you keep playing the victim, stuck in the same place for the rest of your life? There is no magic pill, no secret formula that will fix you. The only thing that will change your life is you. You are the one who must rise to the occasion, who must step into the arena and fight for what you deserve. The world is full of people who make excuses. It's full of people who waste their time blaming others for their problems. But that's not you anymore. You are a warrior. You are the one who will stand in the face of adversity and laugh in its face. You are the one who will use every setback, every challenge as fuel to propel yourself forward. You are the one who will not stop until you've achieved greatness. So what will it be? Will you rise or will you stay weak? The decision is yours. The time for excuses is over. It's time to rise. The conclusion is final. There's no more room for doubt, no more hesitation. Rise or stay weak. It's your choice. The excuses you've been holding on to, gone. The victim mentality you've been hiding behind, shattered. Now it's only about one thing: what you're going to do with this moment. You are the one who controls your future. You are the one who holds the keys to your destiny. If you keep letting fear dictate your decisions, if you keep sitting in comfort and waiting for an easy way out, then you will remain exactly where you are. The world owes you nothing, and the universe is indifferent to your struggles. But if you decide to become the person who doesn't back down, who doesn't settle, who refuses to accept mediocrity, then there is nothing in this world that can stop you. You will be unstoppable. So think about it. Look at your life right now. Is this the life you want? Is this the version of yourself you're willing to settle for? If the answer is no, then the only way out is through. You rise. You refuse to stay in the pit of complacency and weakness. You take the tools you've been given, the lessons you've learned, and you put them to work. You fight. You grind. You win. This is the moment you make that choice. You either choose to rise and become the beast you're meant to be, or you keep lying to yourself. Keep living the lie that you can't change, that it's too hard, that you're not cut out for it. The truth is, you are cut out for it. You are the one who will make it. You are the one who will break the chains, who will step into the life you are always meant to live. But it won't be easy. It never is. The world is cold, unforgiving. It doesn't care about your dreams. But you know what? That's exactly why you have to become the one who doesn't give a damn about the world's opinions, the world's judgments, or its obstacles. You are the one who will carve your path, even if you have to blaze it through fire. You are the weapon, the only one who can either destroy your own weakness or unleash your full power. You've been given the truth. You've seen the darkness that you have to conquer. The question is, are you ready to rise, or will you stay weak? The answer lies in the actions you take right now. You decide. You rise, or you stay buried. The choice is yours. Rise or stay weak.